to make sure that the people are safe. And the rap industry is poised to hold those people accountable, and that's what they need to do. They probably are having these conversations in secret, but I think in a very public way, some of the OGs that are in the rap game, they need to get with some of these younger artists and really have heart-to-heart with them about moving in this space, about...
So Jemele Hill, she give her insight on the entire situation regarding Takeoff and the tragedy that occurred with it. She talked about enough with rappers dying from gun violence, and she want to see folks come together and talk about, I'm gonna forget me saying this, I'm gonna let you listen to it from her, the whole shebang. Y'all do me one favor, man, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. Salute to the I Smoke Hip Hop Nation. Shout out to y'all. I'm your guy, DJ Bless One. Let's continue on.
You know
what I mean? Like something, there has to be something that gives way after this Takeoff incident.
Yeah, it's tough though because unfortunately our community, the black community, has been sieged by violence for so long that we're used to just navigating around it, figuring out a way that we can live with it. And so I'm hesitant to say that we need to stop going places, we need to stop doing this, we need to stop wearing that, because you have flashy jewelry because you worked hard to buy it. Right? Yeah. So I think there does need to be a community conversation about what we can do, how we can mobilize and politically force our leaders to address this very pervasive issue. I would like to see a lot of rappers and label owners and industry leaders have a collective conversation with the people in charge whose job it is to get violence and guns off the street. They can force this conversation in a way that hasn't been had. Yeah, there are some community issues that we need to face, but that's not the only solution. There are elected people whose very job it is to make sure that the people are safe. And the rap industry is poised to hold those people accountable, and that's what they need to do. They probably are having these conversations in secret, but I think in a very public way, some of the OGs that are in the rap game, they need to get with some of these younger artists and really have heart-to-heart with them about moving in this space, about how to collectively take care of each other. The craziest thing to me is hearing about how when rappers go to certain cities that they have to check in with certain people there. That sounds like some slave shit. Like it really does, like a restriction of movements. Like that's how we used to be controlled during slavery. It should never be a situation where black people go to other black communities and feel like they're at risk and not safe. And I understand that you want to be respectful to the neighborhoods you enter. But also understand, as black people, whether they check in with you or not, they should feel safe. I think now it's time for hip-hop to make a similar stand, like they did in the early 90s and the late 80s, and say enough is enough. I thought when I was in college, when Biggie and Pac were killed, and I thought that would be the last time we would ever see rappers of certainly that status being killed. And now it's happening so frequently, you can't even keep up. People still mourning PNB Rock. Right. And here we are faced with another tragedy just that quickly. Yeah. There needs to be some kind of big group public conversation about what is happening and why so many of our young black men who are talented and extraordinary have to lose their lives for going out to eat, for just simply existing.
Salute to TMZ for that. Jemele Hill really goes in, man. She explains basically that she had enough with rappers dying from gun violence, and she just wants to see folks come together, to talk about how to stop all this for once and for all, man. We got Jemele basically with TMZ at the LAX airport, and you can see how she talks about it. Her solutions for this death situation in Houston was some good ones. I usually don't really agree with Jemele, but she went in on it, and she's kind of having a point. It does seem like back in the 1800s when folks talking about other melanated folks have to check in, but you don't do that to any other groups of people. So it is sickening and it's embarrassing. I stand on what she's saying. Look, man, I'm your guy, DJ Bless One. Love your family, love your kids. Stay blessed. Salute.